I gotta take my hat off. So shout out to LeBron though, man, for the first game. I ain't gonna say not Monster. Shout out to LeBron, because if he would have made that same layup, or he would have attempted that same layup with anybody else, that shit say in and out. But you know, shout out to King James, man, for being King James. I was mad about that shit too. No, but he did get a defensive stop on the end, because I still had a chance to win by one. I got an inbound. I ran an inbound play. I did a curl with Marcus Smart. Why the nigga? I'm talking about he had all his players on the strong side. So I ran Marcus Smart from the strong side to the weak side. It wasn't nobody in the fucking lane. I tried going in the lane, and they came over and got the clutch block and stopped me and shit. But if I'd have got that off, I'd have won by one.
Definitely got your number right now, man. Even when it's close one.
Focus.
It's an All-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Celtics come in town for this one. We're live at the United Center where the Chicago Bulls have home court advantage. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Smart and Thomas are the guards. Jared Sullinger is out there with Amir Johnson. And it's in it, the small forward position.
And really a fantastic season for Sullinger last year. Really made some leaps forward, but missed a lot of time still due to injury.
Here's Rose. And Boston with the rebound.
Yeah, see, I'm broadcasting. Yeah, I'm broadcasting.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Johnson the screen. Thomas kicks to Johnson. The shot no good. Some solid defense from Gasol. Butler goes in, and he gets the bucket.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan, to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now, here's Thomas. Johnson the screen. Thomas dishes to Crowder. Johnson wide open, he fires. 18-footers right on the mark.
Could be the first of a lot of mid-range jumpers that we see from him.
Here's Butler. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for two.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on and on, yet he's made it and made it big.
And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much a greater part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions, finally transferred to a major college, and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
No good.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
And out of bounds, last touch by Mirotic. Here's Smart. Johnson the screen. And Gasol comes to help. Nice ball movement by Boston. 6 on the shot clock. Thomas. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Chicago trailing here. Rose kicks to Butler. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And it's 6 points for Butler.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
They set the pick. And Thomas, here we go. Inside. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Jimmy Butler. And watching Amir Johnson Clark, he seems so casual about silently destroying opponents in the paint. He's carried that air about him almost his entire career.
You know what? He's rarely had plays called for him, Kevin. He doesn't produce a bunch of highlights, but he's really potent. I mean, one of the league's best at defending opponents at the rim, grabbing, in traffic rebounds. Those both are valuable assets.
Now here's Rose. Butler on the wing. Johnson with the block. Thomas with the ball. To the wing right side. Johnson the screen. Smart wide open. He fires. No good on the triple. Out to the right wing. Outside Rose. Mirotic has a wide open look. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. The Celtics with the lead. Thomas, it's a wide open look. Boston, no good that time either.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
Now here's Smart. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Sullinger pass to Crowder. Mirotic grabs the miss.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Rose dishes to Mirotic. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Mirotic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Rose with the block. Chicago leading by 3. Outside Gasol. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. So many people overlooked Pau Gasol prior to last season seem to think that Clark, he was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after.
He's perfect from the line this time.
You know, and with Pau Gasol, it was weird to think that the Lakers were just so ready to let him go and move on.
Now here's Thomas. Johnson the screen. Thomas kicks to Johnson. Here's Crowder. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And with the skill set that Powell has and the year he had, there's no telling how long he can play at a high level. Again, one of those guys that never been reliant on the athletic ability to have an impact. Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Rose, no good. One-on-one here. Crowder kicks to Thomas. Outside for Sullinger. Thomas goes in. There's the bucket. Good.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
And the first time out of the game call for Chicago.
And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. Brooks comes in for Derrick Rose. And then for Boston, Olynyk comes in for Sullinger. And it's Avery Bradley in for Crowder. Snell from outside, but they recover it. Thomas against Butler. Second shot opportunity. Stolen by Thomas. Fires from deep. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson. And it's 7 points for Isaiah Thomas. You were talking about Isaiah Thomas. He had no love lost for the Suns in their first meeting. He took them apart to park on the floor. Remember that game? Stared them down as he was hitting shots. Looked at that bench, and he had a big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and you know, most guys that are a little undersized and battle doubters all their careers bring that kind of edge anyway. You throw in the fact that he was disappointed how the trade unfolded. He was amped up and ready for that return visit.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first.
And guys, we've seen teams hire college coaches with no NBA experience before. It hasn't always worked out, but for Boston, they have to be very pleased with Brad Stevens.
Clark, this offense has really been clicking.
No doubt about it, giving the defense all kinds of trouble.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Now Brooks. After Isaiah Thomas missed from long range. Here's Smart. The fast break ends at the rim with the jam.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Here is Thomas. The Bulls getting the bucket. That three off the mark.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
And Brad Stevens now in his third year coaching the Celtics. Greg, I know you admire him from afar. Good fit for the franchise. Good fit, Clark, for a young team.
Agree with you completely on all of that. He stresses team unity and selflessness and sets the example and tone with his demeanor.
And I love the fact that he didn't try to take on the defense by himself. Great pass on the move.
Here's Smart. Gasol with the steal. The feed to Snell. Takes the three. After two misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Dishes to Johnson. Gasol with the steal. Snell kicks to Butler. Here's Gasol. Johnson with the block. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. Here's Bradley. No good, unable to end this run.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg. Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in this game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
Pass to Snell. Outside Butler. Gibson the screen. Butler pass to Gibson. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. There's Thomas with the 3. Goes back up. And the basket by Olenek.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Now here's Gibson. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Pass to Butler. Tries from 10. Gibson with another miss.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Thomas inside, defended by Butler. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And really, the Bulls weathered a lot of injuries last season and still had a good showing in the East. Came away with the 3 seed when many thought they would sink down after missing so many games from key players.
Joakim Noah is checked in for Pau Gasol. Evan Turner, he's checked in for Boston. And the Bulls did end up with the 3rd seed in the East, 33 of their 50 wins last year. Clark coming in the Eastern Conference.
But it wasn't an even distribution of those wins for the Bulls. Against their own division in the Southeast, they played 500 basketball. They got their good in-conference record from feasting on the Atlantic team, taking 16 wins in 18 games against that division.
Marcus Smart was drafted to the Celtics as their future point guard. He came in with a lot of work to do and a skill set that people really liked. But his first season, Clark, was a roller coaster.
Yeah, it really was. He was an off guard in high school and in his first year of college as well. Really only played full-time at the point the year before he was drafted.
Olenek with the steal. Cannot hit. Now Chicago takes it the other way. 56 seconds left in the first quarter. Noah kicks to Gibson. Some nice ball movement here by Chicago. To the left wing. Snell. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Snell's got 5.
And for Smart, though, he still has a lot of work to do on his ball handling and passing. His shooting, I think, exceeded some people's expectations. 37% from the field last year was subpar, but his 34% accuracy from 3 was solid. He finally started going straight up on his jumper instead of leaning in, and his release looked money. You know what? They just are in a funk right now offensively. A good time to maybe come up with a play to get them a good look.
Well, most coaches, usually have a go-to speech or tactic that they can use when they need it most. So we'll see if that's the case here.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Some changes for Boston. Zeller is checked in for Johnson. Urebko comes in for Olenek. And it's Rozier in for Smart. 23 seconds left to play in the first. Kept alive with 1 second left. And the dunk by Zeller.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
Gee, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Bulls. They lead by 3. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
On the floor for Boston. Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Zeller is out there with Yaredko, and it's Rozier in the 1 spot. And Brooks, here we go. That's tipped. And here we go. Fast break. Turner's got it. And that one's good. Turner's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Celtics.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Noah with us, green on Turner. Shot clock at 6. McDermott dishes to Noah. It's stolen by Bradley. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Turner leads the charge. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early ball.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
Gibson passes to Hyman. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Mirotic is checked in for Gibson. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Brooks. Boston also with the sub. Lee's checked in. Here's McDermott. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Now that was pretty. That was just a nice-looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, he did a nice job with it.
Hey, guys, how about the awareness there with that finish in traffic?
Yaredko kicks to Turner. Just 4 to shoot. And it's blocked by Mirotic. And he gets it back. To the paint. Deflects the pass. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Stolen away. And a fast break now for the Celtics. And it's blocked. Back to Rose. Here's the 3. That's good. Now it's a 5-point Chicago lead. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Bulls.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Turner off the drive. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Turner's got 7 points for the quarter.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Lee passes to Rozier. Noah with the block. Now here's McDermott, covered by Lee. Noah dishes to McDermott. Back to Noah. Heinrich kicks it to Noah. And Boston with the rebound.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
The drive by Lee. And Kirk Heinrich picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Bradley, no one around him.
Come on, Bradley.
In and out off the rim.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaking.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a good choice.
Oh, man.
Chicago signed that 5-year deal over the summer, was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to... You gotta have some guts and guile to take it to the bucket strong, despite the big fella standing in the way.
Thomas checked in for Rozier. For Chicago, they have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6.
Well, you can see a change in the play with the Celtics after the trade deadline last year. Adding Isaiah Thomas gave them some pop off the bench and really created some balance for them offensively.
Even though he isn't having the best of game from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Feeds it to Diamond. Miritich the screen. McDermott kicks to Rose. It's up a 3. And again, no good by Chicago. And that was something the Celtics needed, adding Thomas, a player that could come in and provide Clark instant offense for them off the bench.
And Kevin, I think that was a turning point for them last year. I mean, they saw that they had a chance to make a big move forward after the trade and responded accordingly.
And a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead.
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Now the dish to Ureco. Back to Turner. Fires the 3. It's all in by Noah. Here's Chicago. They're on a 15-6 run. Here's Miritich. Heinrich kicks to McDermott. It's tipped and stolen by Thomas. And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for the Bulls. Sullinger's checked in for the Celtics. Marcus Smart comes in for Turner. Shots good by Butler.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
Bradley passes to Smart. Shot is off. Great defense that time from Noah. The Bulls leading by 9. And it's Rose penetrating. Here's McDermott. And the shot falls short this time.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Noah the screen. McDermott with it. Outguarded by Smart. That's good. Rose has got the lead up to 9 now for the Bulls.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
It's stolen by Bradley. Here's Smart. 8 points for him. Here's Sullinger. Great defense that time from Noah.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Rose, no good. Celtics trail by 9. Lots of room. That's good for Thomas on the assist by Bradley. 9 points for Isaiah Thomas.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Butler on the way. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls.
Well, they're fortunate. Defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
And guys, as much as Isaiah Thomas can help you on offense, at times he can hurt you on the defensive side. Immediately posted up by whomever he's guarding, you have to give help. And of course, that leaves your defense vulnerable, particularly on the weak side and controlling the defensive backcourt.
First one falls for him. Greg, you talked about Isaiah Thomas before. Certainly his short stature limits him on Clark, the defensive side.
Yeah, but you know what? He doesn't rack up a ton of steals, given his instincts and quickness. I think he really focuses on making his impact at the offensive end.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Pau Gasol is checked in for Noah. Gibson comes in for Mirotic. And Tony Snell is subbed in for Doug McDermott. Rose gets the bucket.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Thomas again throws. Johnson the screen. To the inside. Crowder. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. They'll shoot two. They get Pau Gasol. Now watching Jake Crowder, he can really beast you up, Greg, and take you out of your game. One of the most physical wings, I think, in the NBA.
And not the most flexible athlete, but he makes up for that with that strength that you mentioned. It allows him to control the pace. I mean, he's a bumper and a grinder and hitting a big three out of nowhere. So he's what we call a true gamer.
Looking at Jay Crowder, he got traded from Dallas to Boston in the Rondo deal last season. Nobody expected all that much from him. All he did was go out and become one of the most valuable players on that team.
Thomas with the ball, and Rose picks him up defensively. Thomas dishes to Sullinger. Johnson right side. Clock at 6. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
Well, it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
When you talk about Jay Crowder, there are those that you win because of, and then there are guys like him that you win with. I mean, the guy who's going to take the charge, commit the hard foul, do what others won't, really shows the heart of a champion. And that is a major league flush right there, my friend.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Celtics trail by 4. Thomas kicks to Sullinger. Off target with his 3.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
And the Bulls making a change here. McDermott's checked in.
Pau Gasol was the number 3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a second-round pick, would ever match up with that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket, and don't let them set up the defense.
Rebound by Rose. Talking about Pau and Brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. Difference is that Powell has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marcus, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer.
Substitution for the Celtics.
Three on the clock. There's Thomas with the three. It's all in by the Bulls. Gasol got his 5th rebound in this one. Turner. No good on the buzzer beater. And that concludes the first half. Bulls lead by 11. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the 3rd and 4th quarters. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
I like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Greg Anthony in the day. A jitterbug or maybe a gnat with the kind of nuisance he's been as far as defending. Excellent work at that end of the floor.
And Kevin Clark's the only guy I know that could call you a gnat and mean it as a compliment.
Make you feel good about it.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
That's good, Clark. Welcome back, everybody. 3rd quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
Rose really had a good quarter. He's got 17 points and 7 assists. He's been hot from downtown to go along with those great assist numbers.
Yeah, but he's also shot it well, but then he's also done a great job of dissecting the defense with some great passes.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Bulls. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Mirotic out there with Tony Snell. And it's Gasol at the 5 down low. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Bulls moving the ball around. That's good. 20 points for Derrick Rose.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Thomas a screen. Smart passes to Sullinger. He feeds it to Smart. In the corner, Crowder with it. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Mirotic. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Shot by Crowder, no good.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on it.
Sullinger dishes to Thomas. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Chicago leading by 13. Rose kicks to Butler. On baseline, Jay. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. To end the drought, Sullinger with the bucket, getting it done inside.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was.
I gotta work on all that. I don't like this shot, bro. Fuck. Man, that motherfucker playing on his tippy toe. That motherfucker look like a damn cat out there. Goggles on.
That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg. He's got so much junk in his trunk, he'll find a way to hurt you.
Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, the 111 first place votes, only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history?
Time call here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other two, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Turner's checked in for the Celtics. From past the arc. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. That is his first foul of the game.
You know, in talking about D-Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships. And that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display.
Austin making some changes. Bradley comes in for Jay Crowder. And it's Rozier in for Isaiah Thomas. The Bulls leading by 13. Last season, the Celtics had a solid 19-22 road record, Clark. Not the 500 mark most teams want, but a very good effort from a young team. No one really expected it.
Yeah, and you think about this team that's still growing and has a lot of youth. I mean, that kind of road record, very impressive. Their fans should be feeling pretty good about what the future holds for this group.
Repko's checked in for the Celtics. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Mirotic. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Mirotic has got 5 points so far.
And thinking back on the Celtics, on the road, their away record doesn't tell the whole story. They won their last 7 road games in that tremendous playoff push.
6 on the shot clock. Bradley passes to Repko. And yes, sir, that one drops. Repko's got his first bucket in this one. Rose dishes to Gasol. Here's Snell. Turner covering. Outside Rose. From 17 feet out. No good from Gasol.
Another away from home note for the Celtics. They were 7-1 in road games against the rest of their division. Their road play was the driving factor. That's why they made the playoffs.
The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Repko the pass to Rozier. Johnson the screen. And Turner kicks to Bradley. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Johnson.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Gasol kicks to Mirotic. Gasol a screen. Three-pointer. Butler. Score the basket. His 8 for 13 from the floor.
The three-point shot has been a real weapon for them in the second half.
Yeah, they've really done a good job of creating good looks from the outside, and now they've really got it going.
Bradley sets the pick for Turner. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And how thrilled must have Evan Turner been last season to get a second chance. Clark with the boost in minutes. Coaching staff, his game almost just changed overnight.
Yeah, he's a guy who needs the basketball. He's such a good, solid playmaker and has excellent size. Never had a chance in Indiana to really handle the ball and play to his strengths because of Paul George and Lance Stevenson, but he found a nice niche in Boston.
Well, you know what he can do after watching him for so many years with the Buckeyes.
Yeah, he's terrific. Good basketball IQ, too.
And boy, did Evan Turner make the most of his second chance last season. Played with more focus, huge minutes for him with the Celtics. He may have found a home.
Chicago calls timeout.
You know, it was a career year all around for Tucker last season. Still has work to do on his game, but showed he can contribute to a winning team. Very good value for his contract, too. You can never discount that.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. Heinrich comes in for Jimmy Butler. Then for the Celtics, Jared Sullinger's checked in for Johnson. Crowder comes in for Uretko. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Rozier. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Turner.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
That's in there. Thomas with the assist. 14 points for Evan Turner. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Celtics.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Rose again, Thomas. Gibson the screen. Rose kicks to Gasol. Clock at 6. And he uses the glass on the way. Gasol's got 8 points. Celtics trail by 9.
More out.
Outside Turner. Inside. And now the fast break. Gibson with the ball. Rose, no good. Boston's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Outside Turner. Sullinger the screen. And Turner kicks to Sullinger. Here's Crowder. Misses the three. The Bulls leading by 9. Gasol up top. Out to the wing. Snell gets to Gasol. Turner with the steal. The finish. Rips down the breakaway slam.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
And you know, it wasn't just about getting hot offensively. Defensively, they've been stellar as well. And you know, guys, Taj Gibson now is 6 full seasons in the NBA. Already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Boston making a switch here. Smart's checked in. Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21. Played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple of years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
That's a precision shot. You've got to be precise. No room for error on the floor.
Sullinger outside. Bradley against Heinrich. Bradley can't get it to go. Chicago leading by 8. Here's Rose. And down it goes. Done through off a wonderful assist.
Reverse that one home. Now that was nice, real nice.
The agility on display.
Yeah, you love it.
How about the power and grace on that finish?
Boy,
Time call here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And for most of his career, Taj Gibson has been a tremendous role player up front. G8, he's been extremely steady over 6 full seasons.
And Kevin, he gives you a lot of energy and athleticism when he enters the game. He's got the great length with that 7'4" wingspan. But to me, it's not just about having it. It's about the fact that he utilizes it. And it really allows him to get in there and attack the backboard and contest shots.
Is check-in for the Bulls. And then for Boston, David Lee's checked in for Jared Sullinger. Olynyk comes in for Crowder. And Thomas subbed in for Evan Turner.
Yeah, you know, talking about Gibson, he started 70 games his first year and made the all-rookie team. But thereafter, it been mostly a 6-man off the bench through last season. It happens, but it's still somewhat unusual for a guy to go backwards like that.
Mirotic. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
You know, adding on to that, we can't fail to mention all the steals they piled up, too. I mean, that's making a big difference. They've really gotten into them defensively.
And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Smart.
And talking about Gibson, if he ever wants to be seen as a high-level starter, he needs to work on a few things. More bankable moves in the post, a more fluid post game, if you will, and really increased strength and consistency. I think those things will carry him to that starting point.
Thomas gets to Smart. Here's Bradley. And Thomas has it in the corner.
Get the fuck in there,
Here's
bitch.
Lee. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Well, David Lee with the Golden State Warriors began his career with the New York Knicks. We're talking about him and his play. And
I gotta get back on D, man.
What kind of player he is.
Yeah, you know, he was drafted 30 when he came out and certainly played above that draft slot. Then when he re-upped for the 6 years, $80 million, people started to wonder if he was able to play to that value.
Outside for Thomas. 6 to shoot. Double team on Thomas. The basket to Smart. From past the arc. And then Chicago with the rebound. Snell's got his 6th rebound on the night.
And getting back to David Lee, before the Knick contract, he was putting up some huge runs. I mean, he was the first Knick to go 30 and 20 in a game since the great Patrick Ewing. And he became the first NBA player to record at least 35 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 assists since Kareem back in 1976.
Rose with the double team. And Thomas has it in the corner. Grant. Boston again missing.
He's giving them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Thomas outside. And that one's good. Thomas got 12 in the game. Mirotic. The shot no good.
Oh.
And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Bulls. They lead by 11. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. And a look at the five for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. David Lee is out there with Urebko. Then it's Turner. Then it's Thomas. And it's Rozier in the 2 spot. Passes to Thomas. Goes up the baseline. Just 5 to shoot. There's the 3. And it will go. And the Bulls lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Rozier.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been 3-point.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
And here's Brooks from outside. Brooks can't get that one to fall. Celtics trail by 8. And here they go. And it's slammed in by Turner.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that 2-hand.
Gibson the screen. And it's Brooks in the corner. Again, the miss by Brooks.
He still hasn't been able to convert from the field. He's just struggling to find his shot.
Thomas against Brooks. Thomas goes in. Here's Urebko. No good with the triple.
Well, they're fortunate. Defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Brooks with no one around. Now here's McDermott. Tight defense on him. Down low. That's tipped. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Thomas passes to Rozier. To the paint. And the check by David Lee.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Noah dishes to Heinrich. Now it's Thomas running. He can go all the way. Kicks to Urebko. Takes a 3. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Now just a 1-point Bulls lead. Brooks against Thomas. Noah the screen. Heinrich kicks to McDermott. And again, no good by Chicago. For Boston, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Here's Urebko. Brooks covering. The shot will not go. And it's Chicago the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And the Bulls lead by 3.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control, even though he's going at breakneck speed. He still maintains his body control.
Butler is checked in for Kirk Heinrich. Celtics also with a sub. Zeller is checked in for Urebko. The feed to Thomas. To tie it up. Boston again missing.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
No good from Gibson.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Turner passes to Lee. Stolen by Brooks. Butler dishes to Gibson. Out to Brooks. Here's Noah. Lee with the block. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. I wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Bulls making a switch here. Mirotic has checked in. Now Thomas. He dishes it to Lee. The jump hook. That is good.
And they have gotten themselves back into this game just in the nick of time. If that one had come any later, it would have been Katie Bar the goal.
But Greg, they can't relax yet. I mean, they've still got plenty of work to do here.
Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
Absolutely. I mean, 6 lead changes here so far.
Exciting stuff.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
And he gets it to go. 6 points for Doug McDermott.
That's what this team needs right now. Solid scoring chances.
Thomas goes in. Lee kicks to Thomas.
Are you fucking kidding me? I try to go back up, the nigga passed the fucking ball. Like, come on.
Beyond the arc. That's down the hatch. Knocks one more.
Could be nutty, man.
For 15 shooting.
You gotta fix that dumbass shit, like.
He's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Last season, the Bulls were a tough matchup. Solid margin of victory with them, and never looked overwhelmed.
Yeah, you know what? They're a team that's even keeled. The type of team that can win anytime they take the floor. They have a system that works and good talent, actually excellent talent to make it special. And that combination is a winning one.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And you talk about the Bulls being able to beat anybody in the league. They did. They did that last season. One of only 3 teams with one win against every other team in the league back in 2015.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey guys, well Brad Stevens had some advice for the team over that last break. He talked mainly about giving them a different look defensively and dropping more bodies into the paint, saying, listen, they're eating us up on the inside, and we need to do whatever it takes to stop it. Guys, back to you.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Pau Gasol is checked in for Noah. Rose comes in for Doug McDermott. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for Aaron Brooks.
And, you know, getting back to that point about the Bulls beating every team in the league, only the Spurs and Warriors were the other teams to do that. Goes to show just how tough last year's Bulls squad was.
Dishes it to Crowder. He kicks it to Johnson. And that's good. Johnson's got it all tied up now for Boston. To the paint. And Mirotic throws it down.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does it.
And they better stay with those basics, because this game is still yet to be determined.
They double him with Butler. Crowder kicks to Sullinger. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
What the fuck?
They get a hand on it. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Boston's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the 3rd quarter. 5 to shoot. And Gasol sends it back. Oh, and here comes Rose all alone. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists now in this one. And here's Smart. Pass to Sullinger. Kicks it out to Johnson. The Celtics working the ball around now. Mark down low that time. And he got
What the? Man, come on, man. This shit is crazy.
Bulls leading by 4. Coach is liking Clark what he's seeing from his offense.
Why wouldn't he? I mean, guys, they're filling it up with ease, executing, getting quality shots. I mean, this is fun to watch.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
And that is good.
What that's about?
The Bulls shooting at 46%. Making some buckets. Rose, that's it. Gets it to go.
Defensive breakdown the last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They got to put it out.
Man. Crazy. I just talked to John today. Tell B just talked to John. We chopping it up.
He's that?
Yeah. We chopping it up. It's been a minute.
Hey, there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose was able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you can see that in that MVP.
Time call here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Cheers.
And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play Clark before the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see him go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time, Kevin.
Isaiah Thomas is checked in for Johnson. The shot by Sullinger, wide open. The three-pointer, no good.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Now, here is Mirotic. He's guarded closely. Passes to Butler. Just 5 on the clock. Sullinger with the rebound.
Yeah.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Bradley can't get it to go.
Not a bad look for him on that shot, but it just doesn't seem to be his night tonight.
Mirotic passes to Moore. Feeds it to Butler.
Yeah, I'm a hot boy.
Goes back up. And the layup is good. Butler's got 25 points in the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Smart dishes to this one for 3.
Man.
Bradley can't get
Huh.
it to go.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen. How about the feel and the awareness he had there behind his teammate, behind the defense on the break?
And Thomas, here we go. Nice shot by Smart.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
The Bulls leading by 7. Outside Rose. Moore left side. Stolen by Smart. Now it's Thomas running. He can go all the way.
Why the nigga out so fucking far, man? Damn.
And Kevin, maybe the play of the game right there.
A tremendous instinct straight to come up with a steal and then attack the basket.
Game changer right there, guys. An unbelievable play to make it this stage of a really tight ball game.
Chicago calls timeout. They're in front by 5. 127 left to play in the fourth. Chicago making some changes. Noah comes in for Mirotic. And Tony Snell subbed in for Antoine Moore. Gasol with it. Sullinger picks him up. Gasol's in the post. Sullinger's there.
Get the fuck. Come on, man. Oh, man. That shit crazy.
And also 3 nice steals. What a force he's been in the paint.
And he's gotten himself into the air, Clark, so often blocking shots and getting rebounds.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 7-point game.
The free throws go down and the lead goes up.
Outside Brent. To the middle. Crowder kicks to Sullinger. Thomas goes in. Kicks it out to Bradley. And it goes out of bounds. That one on Butler.
No. One more finally look.
Just 5 on the clock. Thomas kicks to Crowder. Here's Smart. Oh, good on the triple.
They've done their part here to run down a lot of missed shots. A solid rebounding effort.
Yeah, energy has been the difference, and they're fighting for every loose ball and getting as good as they get on the inside.
Rose. No good. And it's Boston the other way.
It's going to be tough for him here, but maybe, just maybe, it's not over yet.
Cannot afford any empty possessions. They've got to recycle.
Oh, man.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Out to the right wing. The tray. And he gets it to go. Rose has got 34.
And that's just a little more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate a W.
Well, that's
And so Chicago takes this one and by a big margin.
Oh. That was fun, bro.
I'm about to fall back, man. I'm going to get at you tomorrow.